At least 15 people were killed and dozens more hurt when a driver intentionally sped into a crowd of people on Bourbon Street. Officials believe the driver, who was shot dead by police, did not act alone and was inspired to carry out the attack by ISIS. Tony is in New Orleans for us. Good morning, Tony.
Nate, good morning to you as the sun is coming up here over a city yet again asked to be resilient, yet again working to bounce back. It should have been a glorious start of 2025 here, a day of fireworks and of football, and instead it is now consumed by a terrorism investigation unfolding behind me and a threat that may not be over. It all started around 3:15 a.m. yesterday morning with a man that police say was hell-bent on creating carnage, inspired by ISIS to do exactly that. In a white truck with an ISIS flag lashed to a pole on the hitch, he drove around a police blockade and straight into the crowds of Bourbon Street. He roared along there for a few blocks before crashing and then dying in a shootout with officers. In his wake, first responders rushed in, and so did investigators. They have identified the attacker as 42-year-old Shamsuddin Jabbar, a Texas-born U.S. Army veteran deployed to Afghanistan in 2009. And now the questions are, how did this happen and what threat remains, if any? New Orleans Police Superintendent Anne Kirkpatrick is with us now for those questions. Chief, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You said earlier this morning that you do not believe that this attacker acted alone. Why do you believe he had accomplices, and where are you on the investigation?
Well, I want to qualify it, and that it's not that we believe that he did not act alone. We do not know. And so we're going to continue to assume that he is not a lone wolf until we know otherwise. And so that's where we are today. This is an FBI investigation, though, so they are the ones who are going through all the leads to make those decisions.
Well, you say it's an FBI investigation,
yes,
and yet local people are making decisions about safety for themselves, their families, and also the events in the area. Do you think the football game scheduled for 3 p.m. today should continue as scheduled 3 p.m., or is there an ongoing threat to the community?
We think that we can keep this community safe. We've shown it time and time again. We are a city that has so much crowd management. We have Mardi Gras. We're preparing for Superdome. We've shown that we can. And although this event is a tragic one and many people are grieving, we know that we can and have proven that we are able to take a mass-scale event like today and still create a safe environment. We have a history of it, so we think that we can do it today. I think the game should go on today.
You think the game should go on today? There is a history of keeping this city safe. There's also this recent incident yesterday, which was a failure. You called it a defeat of the plan.
Yes.
Help us understand how this soft spot in the defenses, which in hindsight, and hindsight is always 20/20, it seems so obvious. How did it happen?
Well, you know, if you even look down Canal Avenue, we can have
this
any
is where
event.
I mean, that's where the truck
This is Bourbon
swerved.
Street.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of Bourbon Street. But as you can see, this could have been a street that the attacker could have come down. He did choose Bourbon Street, obviously, because of his history, knowing that there would be mass crowds down there. Yeah. So the bollards were not in operation, and they were indeed being replaced. Yeah. But the package was not completed by the city as of yet, but it was in the process for new bollards being placed.
Is this a paperwork error or bureaucratic error where the bollards were going to be removed and then replaced quickly? I mean, did you know you were going to have this multi-week gap where there was essentially no protection?
The city has been working on this for some time as a package in preparation for Super Bowl. And so I can't speak to any issues associated with time lapses. Yeah. I don't know that there was one. Yeah. I just know it was not a completed project.
So you knew it wasn't completed. And
yes,
again, these are tough decisions with limited resources, and yes, hindsight is always 20/20. But as you wake up this morning, I have to imagine you wish you had put additional machinery, heavy equipment in place where the bollards would have been.
Absolutely. We're going to have a hardened structure, hardened infrastructure today, and for Super Bowl as well. So we had a plan, obviously, knowing that the bollards were not working, and he defeated it. And a terrorist is going to accomplish their goal. If they couldn't have accessed Bourbon, could have gone down Canal. A terrorist is out for carnage. Even if that had not occurred there, he's going to go somewhere else. And we know that regardless, we're going to indeed harden these targets.
Well, that'll be good news for the community and the football fans
Absolutely.
as well. I see them, you know, there's still tens of thousands of people in town for the games.
Yes.
There'll be more coming for Mardi Gras and then for the Super
Yes.
Bowl. And your message to all of them this morning is the city is safe.
Yes, we would not be doing this if we didn't think that we could create a safe environment for us. We're going to have a sea of officers out here. We're going to have hundreds and hundreds. We had hundreds the other night. We had between 300 and 400 officers. And like I said, a terrorist is hell-bent.
Yeah.
They are out to accomplish. And if it wasn't going to be on Bourbon, it was going to be somewhere else.
Well, Chief, we wish you and your officers continued success going forward. Thank you very much. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Appreciate you being here.